Focus on one thing at a time. Hi, it's Ivan here from Your New Future Starts Here. How often have you heard people talk about multitasking? Most often it comes up when talking about the differences in the way women and men think about and deal with their tasks. And yes, I have checked with Carol and she's okay with me talking to you about this. Now, you may even think you're a great multitasker yourself. Well, I'm here to tell you that's not true. Sorry to be so blunt, particularly if you're convinced that you're one of those gifted people who can multitask their way through life. I can prove to you with one simple exercise you are far more efficient concentrating on and completing one task before moving on to the next than if you were to work on both tasks concurrently. Please don't think I'm doing this to prove myself smart. It's merely to make sure you don't labour unnecessarily under the misconception that multitasking is the most efficient way of working. I want to make sure that when you are working towards your goals, you are giving yourself the best chance possible of achieving this. Now, I cannot claim any credit at all for this exercise. I saw it demonstrated by Dean Jackson. It's very simple. All you need is a pen and a sheet of paper and a watch or clock with a second hand so you can time yourself. Maybe your phone has a stopwatch on it. Now I'm going to explain what I want you to do, and then when I'm done explaining, I'll ask you to pause this video while you go and do the first part of the exercise. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to draw a line down the middle of your sheet of paper so you have two columns like this. Okay? Now I just need you to listen to these instructions and not do anything more until you've paused the video and started your timer. In the left hand column, I want you to list all the numbers in the 3 times table going all down the page all the way to 36. So you'll list 3, 6, 9, etc. And in the right hand column, I want you to list the months of the year backwards. So you'll list December, November, October, all the way down to January. Now don't start yet. Here's the twist. I want you to work across the page. So you'll write across the top 3, December, and on the next line 6, November, until you get down to 36 January. Got that? Okay, you can start the task as soon as you pause your video and set your timer. Don't forget to note how long the task takes you, and I'll see you back here shortly. Okay, pause now. Hi and welcome back. How did you find that? Not too difficult, was it? Now, let's move on to the second part of the exercise. Turn your paper over and again draw a line down the middle. This time, when you pause the video, I want you to do exactly the same thing again. List the numbers in your 3 times table through down to 36 in the left hand column, and in the right hand column, the months of the year in the reverse. Okay, but this time I want you to work down the page. List all the numbers 3 through to 36 first before you move on to list the months of the year. And don't forget to time yourself. Okay, I'll see you back here shortly. Pause the video now. Good to see you back. So how did it go? Which was the faster method? The first when you were multitasking, or the second when you focused on one task at a time? Now, clearly I'm guessing it was the second. It always has been when I've given this test to anyone in the past. But even if I'm wrong, even if your timing was the same on both attempts, I can prove to you that there is every reason for using the second method. Why is that? Well, I gave you 2 tasks to do each time. List the numbers and list the months. When you did it the first time, how long did it take you to complete the first task, listing out the numbers? Now, I'd say you probably finished about 2 to 5 seconds before you finished the second task of listing the months. Now, second time around, how long did it take for you to finish the first task? I'm guessing it was at the halfway point or even earlier. Now, we're trying to achieve 2 things here, progress and results. We were able to achieve progress using both methods, but the second method got us to our first result so much quicker. Now, if you're pursuing 2 goals, do you want to wait to achieve both of them at the end of the task, or would you prefer to pick one of them up halfway? I really hope you found that a useful demonstration, and that anyone who is convinced that they worked more efficiently as a multitasker can now see they may wish to consider a different approach. Unless you got different results when you tested, in which case feel free to ignore everything I've just said. Okay, today's task, it's to help you with your focus. I want you to choose an object, make sure it's an object you like to look at, place it in front of you. Now, for the next 3 minutes, look at it in detail. Really observe it. Notice everything you can about it. Its colour, its form, texture, weight, its feel, its pattern, everything. Once the 3 minutes is up, put the object away, sit back in your chair and relax. Now, try to recall as much detail as you can about the object. Close your eyes if it helps. Once you've exhausted this, take up the object again and check it with your memory. Focusing with this intensity on a single object can help us develop our abilities to focus on the more important things in life. And we'll leave the last word on focus to the great Tony Robbins. Most people have no idea of the giant capacity we can immediately command when we focus all of our resources on mastering a single area of our lives. I'll see you tomorrow.